Today, we are going to respond or answer 10 different questions. Now, these are not super difficult questions or really abstract questions. No, these are common, everyday questions that you would run into out in the world. Okay, so first, we will make sure we understand each question. I will break the question down and make sure that it's very clear to you. Okay, next, I will take 1 minute to reply or respond to the question, giving you a demonstration. A demonstration. In other words, I will show you what I hope you can try and do when it's your turn to respond. Now, you can listen to my response and you can feel free to shadow me if you would like to. Okay, so repeat after me, right? Then it will be your turn. You will have 1 minute to respond to each of these different 10 questions. I want you to really push yourself to speak for the full minute. You know, if you think that you are done talking, if you feel that you've said everything you want to say, and there's still 20 seconds on the clock, I want you to either repeat yourself or find something new to say. Okay? And if you need help thinking of what to say, you can use the framework I've provided. Yeah, for each of these 10 questions, I'm going to provide you with a formula for how to respond if you need it. You don't have to. You don't have to use it, but it's there if you would like to. Now, there's one more thing about this, one more factor, one more element to this exercise, which is I will include an advanced vocabulary word that you can use in your response for bonus points. So we will also be learning 10 advanced vocabulary words today as well. Now, before we dive into the lesson, I want to show you something really amazing that has happened on my channel recently. I don't know if you can see these numbers clearly or this graph clearly, but this is the last 28 days of my YouTube channel, the analytics. You can see here that I've gained 6.1 thousand subscribers in the last 28 days. That is amazing, and it's all because of you guys. Every time you like one of my videos, every time you leave me a supportive comment, when you subscribe, okay, these things boost my visibility, my ability to be seen in the YouTube algorithm, and it helps me out tremendously. So please consider liking this video, comment, subscribe. You guys know what to do, and I want to say thank you because without you guys, this channel would not be possible at all. Now, yesterday, I had a big announcement, and that announcement was channel membership. I have some brand new channel members, and I can't pronounce their names very well because I'm American, and these are foreign names to me. But I just wanted to say a quick thank you to you guys. And I didn't get everybody on this list. There's only 4 people here, and some other members have joined since I printed this out. I will include you guys next time. But yeah, I just wanted to remind you guys that if you like this video, for the price of a cup of coffee, you can become a channel member to unlock some really cool stuff. This is brand new here on my channel. You can unlock PDFs of my lessons to use at home. I mean, this really increases the quality of my videos, right? It becomes way more interactive and personalized to you. Okay, so you get PDFs. You also get, this is huge, bonus videos that are only available to members. I posted the first one already. It's almost an hour long, a deep dive into the story of Troy. That is the first of many new videos that I will be uploading to the members only area in the future. A third perk or benefit of becoming a channel member is voting on upcoming video topics or submitting them. If there's something that really interests you, like the Great Wall of China, as a random example, and you want me to make a video lesson about it, then by becoming a member, you can submit those ideas for my consideration. The last one is an in-video shout out like you're seeing right here for my new members. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your support. All right, diving into today's speaking practice lesson, the very first question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Okay, now this question basically means, what do you want to be doing in 5 years? Where do you want to be? It can be in reference to your relationships. Do you want to be married? What kind of work do you want to be doing? It's a very open-ended question. Open-ended, meaning that there are many different ways to reply, many different ways to respond. Now, once again, if you would like to just jump into this question and respond to it in your own personal way, then that's great. And you can do that no problem. But if you're feeling a little bit uncertain, a little bit intimidated by this question, then we have a framework here for you to use. A framework, that just means sort of a guiding tool that can help you navigate or get through something. Okay, so here's the framework. In 5 years, I see myself, maybe you can say where. You can say a location if you want to, like where you want to be. I see myself, relaxing and drinking cocktails in the Bahamas. I see myself at a cafe in Paris, or I see myself exactly where I am now, right? I plan to blank and hope to achieve blank, okay? Some kind of plan you have, maybe a goal. Maybe a goal. Here's another goal here. These could both be goals. Goal 1 and then G2, goal 2, right? Professionally, that's talking about work, right? So professionally, I aim to what? Aim to. That just means I'm trying to, or I want to do what, right? Do you want to get a promotion at work? Do you want to increase your salary? Personally, I want to what, and maybe even what. Something personal to you, right? Something from your PL, your personal life. That could be a romantic aspiration. Do you want to get married, have kids? Something like that. Okay, now last, I believe that with hard work and dedication, that means you are really applying yourself. Applying yourself. That means you're really trying hard. With a lot of hard work, tell me about what you can do if you apply that hard work. Now, if you look down here, this is how you get bonus points. Here's the advanced vocabulary word, aspire. Aspire. It means you have a strong desire or ambition to achieve something. I'm an aspiring YouTuber. I aspire to be a YouTuber. What do you aspire to do? You can let me know, okay, in your response. So I will go first, and I'm going to take 1 minute and respond to this. After I finish, you guys will get a turn. And once again, feel free to shadow me if you would like to. In other words, feel free to repeat what I say after I say it, so that you can get a feel for the way a native speaker talks, okay? Here I go. Here's my minute. Where do I see myself in 5 years? I turned 30 years old not so long ago. Just a couple of months ago, I turned 30. I have to admit, I have accomplished more than I thought I would by 30 years old. I learned Mandarin Chinese. I got engaged to the love of my life, my fiance. I love her very much. I am a published author. I've published 7 children's books. And I also, this is a little weird. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I have 1.5 million followers in China. I'm a little bit famous in China on the internet. That being said, despite those accomplishments, there is still a lot of room to improve myself. So, right now, I'm aspiring to be a YouTuber. And in 5 years, I hope I still am. Okay, that was my response. Now it's your turn. Take that minute, really go for it. Go ahead. Up next, we have exercise 2, question 2. What's something that's been on your mind lately? Lately just means recently, right? Maybe the last couple days, the last couple weeks, in recent days, in recent weeks, okay? Now, once again, like I mentioned, these are all really open ended questions. You can respond to them in endless numbers of ways, okay? So here's the framework for how you could respond if you don't know how. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about blank. It's been on my mind because blank. Maybe you can relate these two. Like, what's the reason you've been thinking about it? I feel blank about it because blank. This is going to be a feeling. I feel good about it. I feel nervous. I feel anxious. I feel uncertain or confident, right? And then give me a reason. Give me a reason why you feel that way. To address this, I am considering blank. Okay, so to address this, that means to figure this out or sort it out, we might say, to sort it out, to figure out what to do about this, I am considering blank. In other words, what's your plan? So, here's an example. I feel upset about maybe losing my job because now I don't have an income. To address this, I am considering finding a new job. Okay? It's important to me because give me a reason why it's important to you. It's important to me to find a new job so I can provide for myself, take care of myself, provide for my family, right? Something like that. Now, here's the advanced vocabulary word for bonus points. If you can use the word contemplate, you will get extra points. It just means to think deeply or carefully about something. Like maybe you are at home contemplating whether or not you should click the like button on this video. You're sitting there contemplating, I don't know if I should do it or not. My suggestion, click that like button. Right? Okay, I'm going to go first. Here's my 1 minute response. What's something that's been on my mind? Well, recently, I'll be honest, YouTube has been on my mind. I have been really sucked into this YouTube account. That just means I've been really caught up in it. I've been spending a lot of time dealing with it and thinking about it, right? It's been really exciting because I've always wanted to have a YouTube account that people actually watch. People are actually responding to my content. That's great. Um, and seeing that happen has been crazy. It's made me contemplate what I could do to make my videos even better, even bigger, to grow my channel even more. I have been contemplating that a lot recently. And this video is my first step to do just that. Okay, that was my 1 minute response. Now it's your turn. Push yourself, go for it. Moving right along here, we have exercise 3, question 3. What's your favorite hobby and why do you enjoy it? Why do you like doing it? Okay, so the framework is my favorite hobby is tell me what it is. I enjoy it because tell me why you enjoy it. It allows me or it lets me what? Okay. What's a something that it allows you to do, something that it lets you do? Does it let you relax? Does it allow you to have fun? We could even say like unwind. Unwind, that means relax. Like if you think about something that's wound really tight, yeah, and then you can unwind it, make it relax, right? It allows me to do what and makes me feel what. So we have a feeling here, okay? I've been practicing this hobby for tell me how long, X years or months. During this time, I've learned, tell me something you've learned here, right? Overall, it helps me do what? What does it help you do? Okay, now our advanced vocab word is engross. It means to absorb all the attention or interest of. Like I was saying in the last response, I've been really engrossed with all of my YouTube plans. In other words, it has absorbed all of my attention, all of my interest. It has really soaked up my attention. Okay? So, once again, I will go first. Here's my 1 minute response. What is a favorite hobby of mine? It's a good question. I think when I was a lot younger, when I was a kid, I had many hobbies. And let me take an example. One of them is gaming. I love to game, play video games. I think my favorite game of all time is probably World of Warcraft. I don't know if you guys have played this game. It's a very addicting game. And when I was a kid, I was totally engrossed in World of Warcraft. I played it all day long. I could not stop playing it. I was totally engrossed in this game, totally absorbed in this game, right? But now that I'm older, I've got responsibilities. I don't have the luxury of being absorbed, engrossed in a game all day long, right? So, okay, that's my response. I kind of rambled there a little bit. I didn't really get to the point, but that's okay. We're just trying to get comfortable talking, right? That's what we're doing here. We just want to feel a bit more comfortable speaking. So now it's your turn. Take that minute and tell me what is your favorite hobby and why do you enjoy it? Exercise 4, question 4, describe a memorable experience from your childhood. An experience, that's something that happened. Okay, I'll just put H for happened. Something that happened. And memorable, this is really the key word here. Memorable, that means it's tough to forget, right? It sticks out. It sticks out in your mind. Maybe when you think about being a kid, you think about all the different things you did and all of your different memories and experiences. Oh, this thing sticks out. In other words, it comes to mind. It comes to mind, right? Okay, well, here's the framework. One of my most memorable childhood experiences was when, tell me what happened. Okay, I remember feeling, there'll be a feeling here, feeling scared, excited, upset, because that means tell me why you felt this feeling. Okay, this experience was significant. That means important. It means substantial. It means of substance, like this was a significant thing that happened in my life, something important that happened in my life because, tell me why. It taught me, tell me a lesson that it taught you and helped shape blah, blah, blah. How did it help shape who you are? Okay, maybe it shaped your personality. Maybe it shaped the way you look at the world, like your perspective, right? Your outlook, we can say. Even now, when I think back to that time, what do you think when you look back on that time? Now we have a really terrific word. I bet some of you know this already. Our advanced vocabulary word is nostalgic. 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 It means you feel sentimental longing or wistful affection for a period in the past. In other words, you think about something that happened in the past and you go, oh man, that was great. Those were the days. Those were some really good times. All right, I'm going to go first and take 1 minute to respond. I'm going to describe a memorable experience from my childhood. Here I go. Okay, here's my minute. When I was a kid, lots of memorable things happened. I don't have the best memory. I'm sure I forgot plenty of things, but certainly there are still many things that stick out. Many things that come to mind. And one that comes to mind is good times with my best friend when I was a little kid. Actually, two best friends. I had two best friends. Their names were Jordan and Brandon. And I loved to spend time with them because I would go to their house in the countryside and hang out and spend time with them and play video games. Yes, they played World of Warcraft too. And we would spend all this time playing together. My mom would drop me off for the weekend. She would take me there. I'd play all weekend. And then she'd come back Sunday night and pick me up and take me home. Those were some really good times. Makes me feel nostalgic. Okay? How about you guys? Is there a time you feel nostalgic for? Let me know. Go ahead. Exercise 5. We are moving right along, guys. Almost halfway done. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? I love this question because I love to travel. Here's the framework. If I could travel anywhere in the world, I would go to, tell me a place. Where would you go? I've always wanted to visit this place because, tell me why. Give me a reason. Is there good food? Is there fun stuff to do? Is there a friend you have who lives there and you like to visit them? Something like that. There are so many things to see and do, such as, tell me about an activity. An activity, okay? I am particularly interested in something you really love to do or something you're really interested in. For example, in Colorado, there is whitewater rafting, and I'm particularly interested. Ooh, that's a tough word to say. Particularly. Particularly. That means extra. I'm extra interested in blank. Tell me something you really, really are extra interested in. And hope to experience, you could say hope to experience it. Hope to experience doing it, whatever it is, okay? Hope to experience it while I'm there. Okay, so while you're there, you want to do this thing that you're really excited about and interested in. Traveling to, say the place again, one more time, would be a dream come true. A dream come true. That means you would love to do that so much. It would make your dreams come true to do that because give me one more reason here, okay? Now, our advanced word, enthralling. Ooh, great word. Capturing and holding one's attention. Fascinating. So, my trip to Japan was enthralling. It was an enthralling trip to Japan. Wow, that's a really impressive word. All right, here's my minute. I will go first in 2, 1. Okay. If I could travel anywhere in the world, let me tell you where I would travel. You know, actually, I've done a lot of traveling. I've been to Thailand, I've been to China, I've been to Japan and Mexico and Italy and France and the Philippines and Vietnam and Cambodia. I've been all over the place. My favorite place I've been, I think, is China. You know, um, a lot of people who have never been to China expect something scary. It's such an intimidating country, but it's so diverse. It's so diverse. Like the stuff to do and see and eat is so diverse, so varied that it's a totally enthralling experience, an experience that will grip you. So I would recommend China, and I'd like to go back. Okay, that was my response. It's your turn. Take that minute. Go for it. Moving right along, we are flying along. Exercise 6, question 6. What are your goals for the next year? This would have been a good question to include in a video around New Year's because lots of people have New Year's resolutions, right? Um, but let's pretend that a brand new year is starting right now, okay? There's no reason why it can't. there's no reason why you can't make goals for the next year starting now. So, how about you pick one goal or two goals? Yeah, let's take a look at the framework over the next year. Over just means during the next year. I have, several goals. So if you want to use the framework, you better think of more than one. Several means multiple. Firstly, I want to goal number one. This is important to me because reason number one, or reason for goal number one, right? Secondly, I aim to goal number two. To achieve this or to make this happen, I plan to do what? What are you going to do to achieve reason number two, or goal number two, rather? Lastly, I hope to, three, and work towards, this could be a result. For example, I hope to increase my salary and work towards early retirement. Okay. By the end of the year, I hope to have accomplished, you could say all three. You could say at least one of those goals, at least two of those goals, okay? Yeah, this response, maybe it would be good to take a second, pause the video, really think about what you want to say before you respond, okay? The advanced vocab word is ambitious, fantastic word. It means you have a strong desire, a strong wish, and determination to succeed, okay? For example, maybe there are two new employees at a company. One is a bit laid back and chill, and he's not so concerned with moving up in the company, getting promotions, advancing his career, right? But the other one is really ambitious and he works overtime, he works extra hours. He really is go, go, go. And he's very ambitious. He has a strong desire to succeed. So, okay, I'll go first. Here is my response. I would say a goal that I have for the next year, back to YouTube. I would love to get this YouTube channel to, let's see, in 1 year, well, we've been growing so fast, haven't we? I would love to get this YouTube channel to, let's say, 100,000 subscribers. In the last month, it's really been doing well, and I don't want to be overly optimistic. I want to be cautiously optimistic. What's the difference? Overly optimistic means maybe you're dreaming a little bit too big. Maybe you're in a little bit over your head. You are expecting too much. Cautiously optimistic, however, is something very different. And to be cautiously optimistic means that you are hopeful about the future. You think it might go well, but you're not too hopeful. Okay, you're being realistic. So that's my response. Your turn. Knock it out of the park, guys. Go ahead. Let's keep pushing on. Exercise 7. Number 7, describe a person who has had a significant impact on your life. We talked about significant. That just means big. In this context, a big impact or effect. A big effect on your life. In other words, maybe they've changed your life. Now, this could be positive or it could be negative. It depends on what you feel like talking about, right? So, taking a look at the framework, a person who has had a significant impact on my life is Tell me who. This person has influenced me or had an effect on me by what did they do? What what did they do to impact you? I met them, you could say when you met them, okay? And since then, they have done what to you? What did they do since you met them? One particular instance that stands out is when, okay, tell me something that is extra significant or something that really sticks out. Remember, stands out? We talked about sticks out already, something that's very memorable. Okay, this experience was important because blank. So if you want to use the framework, feel free to. The advanced vocabulary word is influential. Okay, it means having great influence or power over someone or something. So, in other words, back to the YouTube talk, maybe there's a really influential YouTuber like Mr. Beast, right? The way that he makes videos and his behavior is very influential. It changes other people's behavior and it changes the way they think, right? So we can say that he is influential. Okay, I'm going to go first. Let me talk about a person who has had a significant impact on my life and one. Okay, yeah, I would say my dad is probably the biggest influence on me, the biggest influence in my life, and that's because we are so similar. Okay, now my dad is a writer and that's his trade. That's his profession. When I was a little kid, especially, I really, that left a deep impact on me. Knowing that about him and seeing that he was that way and discovering that I could be that way, I started writing stories when I was a little kid. And the reason I started writing stories was because of him. He was the inspiration, the influential figure that inspired me to start writing stories in the first place. Um, so that had a big impact on my life. And even today, I'm much older, but it still has a big impact on what I do. Okay, that was my response. Your turn. Go ahead. Okay, blasting along. Exercise 8. What is one skill you would like to learn and why? Ooh, what a great question. A skill, something useful. Yeah, when we say skill, we're talking about something that's useful, that could be applied in your life in a useful way. That could be any number of things. Let's take a look at the framework. One skill I would like to learn is tell me what it is. I'm interested in this skill because tell me why. It would allow me to do what? What would you do? Okay. And help me. What's something it would help you do? Okay. Like, how would it make life easier? To learn the skill, I plan to. Okay. How are you going to learn this skill? How are you going to pick up this skill? We can also say pick up. If it's something new, we can say pick up a new skill. I believe that by acquiring, ooh, good word, or getting, by getting this skill, I will be able to do what? What will you be able to do? if you can get this skill. So, once again, you don't have to use the framework, but it's there if you would like to have a little bit of help, a little bit of assistance. Here's the target word, proficient. That means you're competent or skilled in doing or using something. So, in other words, you are really good at something. Like, I am proficient with a typewriter. That means I'm really good using a typewriter. He is a very proficient vocalist. That means he's a very skilled vocalist. He's very good at singing or rapping or whatever the vocal style may be. Okay, so guys, I'm going to go first. What's a skill I would like to learn? A skill I would like to learn might be Russian. Yeah, I might like to learn Russian as a language. And let me tell you why. This is kind of funny. You know, me and my wife, when we communicate, we're both a little bit lazy in the way we communicate. I speak English, and her English is good, so she understands me. She speaks Chinese, and my Chinese listening skills are good, so I understand her. So I speak English, she speaks Chinese, and we can understand each other. But sometimes we're around her Chinese friends. We can't speak Chinese. If we want to have a private conversation, same thing with English and my family. So we were thinking it'd be funny and fun to learn a third language, a secret language, right? That we can use around Chinese speaking people or English speaking people and get really proficient at Russian. That would be cool. Okay, that's my response. Your turn. Go ahead and give it a shot. Exercise 9, question 9. You guys are doing fantastic. You are killing it. You are killing it. That's just a very colloquial expression that means you're doing an awesome job. Yeah, here's another open ended question. How do you like to spend your weekends? Okay, spend. In other words, how do you like to kill time on the weekend, or what do you like to do? Okay, here's the framework. I like to spend my weekends by, tell me what you like to do. Typically, that means usually, in most, instances, in most circumstances, I blank on Saturday mornings. So tell me, what do you do on Saturday mornings? In the afternoons, I enjoy, tell me about the afternoon. Okay, so morning goes here. I blank in the morning, I blank in the afternoon. On Sundays, I usually, something new for Sunday. First Saturday, then talk about Sunday. I usually do what? Spending my weekends this way helps me to, is there a way that it helps you do something? What does it help you do? Prepares me for, does it get you ready for something? Does it get you prepared for something? It's a great way to, you could say, unwind or relax or improve yourself. It depends on what you're talking about. Okay, now the advanced vocab word is leisurely. We don't say leisurely. This S sounds like a Z. Leisurely, leisurely. Acting or done at leisure. Here's the key word, unhurried, relaxed. Two keywords, two good synonyms, okay? So if something is done leisurely, then you are in no rush. You're in no hurry. You're taking your sweet time. That's another good expression in English. I'm gonna take my sweet time. I'm going to take my sweet time with this. I'm not going to rush myself. I'm not going to, try to go too fast. I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to take it easy. Okay. So, yeah, okay. I'll go first. Here's my 1 minute response. Um, on my weekends, what do I like to do? Well, I have kind of a weird schedule, actually. On the weekends, I go to work. I work all day Saturday and all day Sunday and Friday night as well because I took a weekend job, meaning that I work all day, both days on the weekend. And I took that job in order to give myself more time to pursue YouTube on the weekdays. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday in the afternoon and Friday in the afternoon, I have a pretty open schedule, and this allows me to focus on my YouTube stuff, my videos. I gotta write videos. I gotta, get everything set up. I gotta shoot them. I gotta edit them. So that's my weekend. How about yours? Let me know. You guys are doing so good. You're doing so fantastic. Let's come now to exercise 10, the final question for today's speaking practice. And before we dive in, I'd like to remind you one more time, if you haven't done so yet, please click like on the video, leave me a comment, make sure you're subscribed, and consider becoming a member. You guys can immediately get access to the PDF of this lesson and follow along at home way more easily. All you have to do is click the join button on my channel and you can become a member. All right, so let's take a look at question 10. What is your favorite book? What is your favorite movie? So you can pick one, book or movie, then tell me why. What makes it your favorite, right? Okay, here's the optional framework. The optional framework that you can choose to use if you would like to. My favorite book, let's just say book for this example. My favorite book is tell me the title or the name of the book. I love it because R for reason. Give me a reason why you love it. The story is about, another way to say story is the plot, P-L-O-T. Tell me about the plot. What is this book all about? What is this movie all about, right? One of the most, the story is about what? And the characters are, okay, so you need to describe the characters. Tell me what the characters are like, okay? So are the characters cool, interesting, funny? Are they relatable? Relatable. That means you can see yourself in the characters, okay? Maybe if you eat too many potato chips on the weekend, and the character in the book is eating a lot of potato chips on the weekend, then to you, that character is relatable. You can relate to that character. Okay. One of the most memorable moments is when, so here you can tell me about a highlight of the story, a part that was really memorable, a part that really stood out. This book has had an impact on me because give me a reason why it had an impact on you, why it had a big effect on you, why it made a big splash in your life. Okay? Made a big splash, almost like your life is a pond and somebody threw a rock into the pond of your life. Okay? Made a big splash. I would recommend it to others. Ooh, this is good. This is a good part because this is something that people would really talk about in real life. Like, a friend might say, can you recommend a good movie? Can you suggest a good movie? Or have you seen anything good recently? Have you watched anything noteworthy, anything worth watching? Okay. I would recommend it to others because R, big R, reason. Why would you recommend it to others? You could say that at the end of the framework if you choose to use it. Now, here's the last advanced vocab word, captivating. Captivating, attracting and holding interest or attention. Okay, so if a story is captivating, then that means you could not stop thinking about it. Ah, or, maybe not quite that intense, but it really held your interest. It really got your attention and it made you think about it for a long time. Okay, I'm going to go first. Here's my 1 minute response. I would say that a movie I would like to recommend is a movie called There Will Be Blood. There Will Be Blood. This is my favorite movie of all time. I've probably seen this movie 15 times at this point. Daniel Day-Lewis is the lead in this movie. The lead, okay? The lead. He's the main actor. His character is the main character. And it's a really gripping, dramatic, dark, compelling, gritty movie about a man who gets very successful in the oil industry and all of the things that come along with that success, the good things that come and the bad things that come as well. Definitely worth a watch. Highly recommend. How about you guys? And hey, when you're done speaking, I would love it if you would leave me a comment down in the comments section and give me a good book or movie recommendation there as well, because I actually am looking for something new to read and watch, and I'd be very curious what kind of stuff you guys like to read, what kind of stuff you guys like to watch. So take your minute, go ahead. All right, guys, that is I Speak, You Speak. Now, like I said, this is a brand new idea, a brand new concept for a series of videos. If you guys like this, I can make a million more of them for you. If you are not a fan, maybe you can tell me what I could do differently, how I could make it better, how I could improve the video. I'm always trying to improve my content. With every video, I try to do something a little bit better. Make the lighting better, make the sound better, make the concept better. So let me know what you think. Thank you to everyone who likes and subscribes and comments. But hey, Don't let your study session end here. Don't stop studying now. I'm going to throw another one of my videos up on the screen. And how about you go click on it and I'll meet you there. Okay? I'll see you over there. Thank you guys, and I'll see you there.